Hey everyone, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David.
Come with us as we stay at the 45 Times Square Hotel in New York.
Let's
Let's go!
go.
And this is our queen room at the 45 Times Square Hotel. As you can see, it's pretty small. That's pretty typical for a lot of rooms in the Times Square area because we are literally like 100 feet from the heart of everything in the theater district. So not mad about how small it is. We have this lovely desk right here, which we're going to have to use to do some work this week. You got some drawers here as well. And there's two 3-prong outlets and two USB outlets as well. So it's pretty decent for a desk. You got your basic hotel phone here and your remote for your TV, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And we have this giant armoire that serves as a full-size mirror as well. So you can really check out everybody's outfits in this mirror. But inside, we have one side with the safe. And it's pretty small, but you can fit your laptop in there if you wanted to. And we have a kettle that you can use for tea, as well as some instant coffee back in there. And a little fridge, and they did give us 2 bottles of water, which is pretty nice. On the other side of the closet, it's just a closet. So we have some hangers here, and your ironing board and your iron. But pretty much everything you need. And this is a queen size bedroom, so we have this weird kind of platform situation, which will be interesting because at least we'll be able to like put our laptops or your phone on there when it's charging at night. But I've never seen one quite like this, and somebody's gonna have to like kind of crawl around the outside of it to get to the other side. But the good news is there are some plugs. We have a plug on this side, which is at the end of the bed, and there's 2 outlets. And then we also have one at the head of the bed. So that's nice. You'll be able to plug multiple things in. They do have reading lamps on both sides. So they turn off like that. Kind of old fashioned, but I don't mind it. And just 4 pillows, queen size bed. It feels pretty plush. Let's see. Climb up here. Oh. I think it feels pretty nice, actually. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10, but it might get up to an 8. We'll see after we sleep on it. I'll let you guys know. But It feels pretty nice.
All right. Okay, I'm going to test the bed now. Rachel gave it, what was it?
A 7.5 with a provision that I might go higher after I sleep on it.
7.5. Okay, so she set the bar way too high. Oh, it is pretty good, though. Yeah, I'm surprised. It doesn't look like much, but it ends up being pretty good. So if you're walking around New York all day, I could definitely see it being like an 8. But I'm going to give it a 7 for right now. So I might look like I'm up really tall, and that's because I am. And it's because the plugs are over here on this side. So I'm on the giant platform right now. It's very risky. Probably wouldn't do it normally other than for the video. But you could technically reach these plugs right here, hook it up, and have your laptop down there. Something like that. It's got enough space for like a Fire Stick or a Roku stick. So it would definitely work in that scenario. And I wouldn't touch any, you don't need to touch any of their stuff. It's all ready for you to use it. Okay, now we have our thermostat, and it's very basic. It's a Honeywell, though, and historically I've been able to hack these if we needed, but it actually feels pretty good in here right now.
We walked in and we were like, oh, it's actually cool in here.
Yeah, and so this is kind of what it started at. It was at 67, and it goes all the way down.
Oh my goodness.
To 50.
Whoa.
I think that's only the second time that's ever happened for us. So
Yeah.
It goes very, very low. Obviously, the room's never going to get that cool, so it's going to just be running forever. And so we'll leave it at about where it was because it does feel good in here. But you got your basic auto setting, auto or on, essentially just for the fan. Cool, auto, heat, or off, but we're going to leave it on cool. And I think it's actually doing a pretty good job.
And now let's go into the bathroom. You have your basic toilet here. It's very echoey in here. The ceilings are very tall. But the highlight of this bathroom is the shower. It is huge. It's like almost as big as the whole room. And they do have some toiletries in there for you, as well as a holder for your own toiletries. The shower head is a rain shower head. So again, if you don't like to wash your hair every day, that might be a little bit of a problem for you. But I really do like the tile aesthetic, and I do feel like the tile works really cool. And I don't know, I think it's a really cool shower. We'll see how the water pressure is though. And we have this vanity here. It's a little bit small, but it'll serve our purposes. They do give you some body lotion, but no actual hand wash, which is kind of weird. I would rather have hand wash here than lotion. They do give you this little bar, and luckily I brought our hand wash. And underneath we have some cups for you to brush your teeth and some tissues as well. The hair dryer's down here. Let's see what it looks like. That's fairly okay. It's a Hamilton Beach, which is like a brand you see at Walmart, so probably not that powerful, but it does look pretty nice, so should be able to dry your hair. And unlike pretty much every other bathroom we've been in, they do have regular plugs for you. So if you need for a curling iron or a shaver or something like that, you'll be able to plug it in. This hotel was built in 1926, and you can definitely tell it's a little bit of an older building. The elevators are a little bit older, but it has been updated and renovated. So the 45 Times Square Hotel has been a few different things over its life, but it's been a hotel for a little while now, and we've pretty much enjoyed our time here. The lobby is really updated and modern and nice, even though it's pretty tiny. But they do keep water and mints and everything out there for people, and the employees have all been really nice.
Yeah, especially the security guard. Like, I think that's really cool that they even have one for a hotel this
Yep.
size. But he's been there every time we've come through. It's felt really, really safe. And he's been really, really nice. You know, he gets the elevator for you and he talks to you for a bit. So overall, the employees have been really, really friendly.
Yeah, and the lobby is open 24 hours, so that's really nice. You can check in. You know, if your flight comes in super late or something like that, you can always check in or always get amenities from the front desk. And they also have musicians that play sometimes. I can't figure out exactly like if there's a schedule for it because it happened like in the afternoon and then one time it happened in the evening, but they do everything they can to make it, kind of an inviting atmosphere down there. This hotel really doesn't have very many amenities since, a lot of the hotels in Times Square don't. They are just kind of a place to crash while you're exploring the city, and that's very much what this is. But they do have a very small gym on the second floor. And when I say very small, I mean it. It is literally two treadmills, a bike, and some weights. But it served my purposes fine, and there was a little window to look out onto 45th Street, so it was kind of nice to people watch while I was doing my workout. They also do have water and towels in the gym, so you can actually go in there and get some bottled water if you need it throughout your stay. That's a good way to get it, or housekeeping will bring you some as well. As far as other amenities of this hotel, there aren't really many, but it's super, super close to Times Square. That's really why you would book this hotel, right? Is to be right in the heart of the city. And there's so many things close by, so many restaurants. All of the theaters are really, really close. It's, less than 5 blocks, pretty much any Broadway theater that exists right now. So it's a really nice place to stay if you're going to see some shows or, all the hop on, hop off buses pick up right around here, and that does mean it gets a little bit crowded in the streets, but you don't really hear the street other than the honking of the horns, which you hear in pretty much every hotel in New
Yeah,
York.
you might hear some guys doing construction work or something every once in a while, but it's nothing crazy. Like even right now, it's the middle of the day and we don't hear anything. So I think it actually does a really good job of keeping sound out.
Yeah.
It was weird at first seeing like across the street people working in like an office building, but that's New York. Like all the buildings face each other, so it kind of just happens that way. But overall, like I'm super happy with the location. It feels like we're just off of the beaten path, but just close enough that you're talking, it's not even a 2 minute walk to the main area, basically, of Times Square. So, that's been really, really convenient. There's so many, like, really famous and really good restaurants around that are all walking distance from here. super convenient. And having like a Walgreens really close by was like a game changer. And that's like a huge find for somewhere in New York where, just walking down the street, drinks can be like $5 or $6, but at Walgreens, they're $2 or whatever. So that's always really nice too.
Yeah, and as far as the room, we already gave you a tour, but we've been in the room for a few days now, so we wanted to give you some more final thoughts. And really, the bed is kind of a weird situation. For one, the sheets are kind of a weird setup. They didn't have a fitted sheet, so we're kind of having to piece together some flat sheets, and it just kind of feels weird when you're in bed. But also, the platform that we showed you guys, it does make getting in and out of bed a little bit hard, especially be pretty hard if you had any sort of accessibility issue.
Yeah, when I first saw the platform, I thought, "Oh, that's actually pretty cool. It's interesting." But outside of that, it's actually really inconvenient. It's difficult getting up out of the bed, if you have to go to the restroom or something in the middle of the night, and it creaks when you're walking around on it. If they had turned the bed horizontally instead of vertical, it actually would have been better, I think, because you would have had space on both sides of the bed. Yeah, the TV situation would have been a little bit wonky, but they could have mounted the TV above the desk instead of the way they set it up, and then both people on the bed would still be able to watch it. So originally, I thought it was kind of cool, and it ended up not really being that cool. I also originally thought the bed would be more comfortable. I haven't actually slept that well on it. It's not terrible, especially if you're walking around New York and everything. You're gonna be comfortable, but it's just something I noticed. I wanted to mention to everybody at home that it's not as good as I originally thought. So
Otherwise, though, the room has been really clean. We've only had housekeeping come once since we've been here. We've been here like 3 or 4 days. So we've been keeping it pretty clean, and we haven't had any complaints about that. And the desk area is pretty convenient for working because we're both doing some work from here as well. But there's not really a ton of storage. The one thing I will say about the platform on the bed is that you're able to store your luggage under it. So that has been useful. I was able to unpack as much as I could and then just put the luggage underneath so it's not in the way. But we also have a really nice bathroom. It's huge.
yeah.
And that has been really nice. And the shower pressure has been amazing.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of the better shower pressure heads. And again, not everybody likes rainfall showers. I really do. And this one like kicks butt. It's like
Yeah.
blasting you while you're under it. It's so nice.
Yeah, so I will say we've enjoyed our time here. The bed situation is a little bit weird, and if you have any sort of mobility issues, we would not recommend this hotel
Yeah.
or at least this type of room because they do have other types of rooms that may have a different kind of bed. And I think if you're comfortable with the person you're with or you're coming alone and you know you're not going to wake anybody up in the middle of the night to get up to go to the bathroom, it's a good situation for you.
Yeah, definitely. And again, like things worked better than I thought they were going to. The thermostat was great. It kept the room so cold. And we're here at a time where New York's incredibly hot and humid, and it's shifting between rain and sunshine, and it's kind of kicking my butt out there. But coming in here, it just feels so good, and it does a really good job. The refrigerator's tiny, but it kept everything super
Yeah.
cold. That was awesome, and it seems pretty new. So overall, I've just been really surprised and happy with how well things have been working and going here. So really, I can't complain about the overall experience, and I would genuinely recommend this hotel to people looking to make like a quick trip to New York and want to be in the thick of things. So
Well, yeah, and especially if you consider the price point, you know, flux pricing happens in New York. The same hotel can be $150 a night or it can be $500 a night, depending on the time of year that you come. It's a pretty busy time right now to come. And so, this was actually one of the cheaper hotels we could get. And I've stayed at other hotels very close by, a block or two away, and they were priced way higher for whatever reason for this week. So that's why I chose to give this hotel a try. And I think it's a good option if you're looking at a budget friendly hotel in Times Square.
yeah, I would stay here again. So
Yeah.
and like you mentioned, yeah, the price is changing so much. At least this is on our radar, and we can kind of know what we're getting if we do get a chance to stay here again. So
Yeah. So, what do you think? Have you stayed in Times Square? Do you have a different hotel you prefer?
yeah.
Or do you have any questions about this one we didn't answer? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy this video and want to see more travel content from us, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. But for now, I'm Rachel,
And I'm David.
and we hope this video helps you find the right direction for your next adventure.
Bye.
Bye!